Good morning, you guys. It's Wednesday, October 9th, and just wanted to make a quick video just kind of referencing where I'm at these days. About a week and a half ago, I ended up getting Zach's death certificate in the mail, and it was a Friday evening, and it threw me out of whack, to say the least. And I'm still kind of recovering from that place. I've been very open and honest about where I am regarding, depression and anxiety, and have not hid the fact that I have been medicated through this. My doctor put me on meds. I went to the doctor about 2 months in after Zach had passed. I just was in a place where I couldn't deal with it. I was worried about myself and where I was going to end up if I didn't get some help, and decided to go ahead and get on some meds, anxiety meds I've been on for a long time, but the antidepressants, I wanted to try to feel this and cope through this without using the meds and feel what I needed to feel, and I just at that time couldn't do it. I really don't know how people that have been through such a loss have managed without any kind of medication. Kudos to you that have done it. My hats off to you, because this shit is hard. So through this time, I have been on these meds, and they've helped. They've helped stabilize me and balance me and get me to where I can function and go to work and, maintain some sort of life for myself. But what they've also allowed is numbing, and me not feeling like I've not been able to properly grieve my son. And that's really hit me over the course of the past week and a half. When I got his death certificate that night, I lost it. I just spiraled, and I took myself to a very dark place, and wanted to escape, and just took things too far. And since that, it's really made me think about this whole process and what I've emotionally stuffed. And so I want to try to see if I can allow myself now to start feeling this pain. Not that I haven't felt any, but I know I've numbed myself. And looking over the course of the past 5 months, I've definitely probably taken more Xanax and smoked more weed and done all that to just numb than I've ever done, before. And I'm still not doing it on a daily basis, but it comes in spurts where I don't want to deal. And so I don't drink, so I've used these things as my coping mechanisms to get through the days. And I guess, I'm starting to kind of get a little worried about myself with that. And I don't want to, I don't have an addictive personality, but I don't want to have that crutch for myself. And so I'm trying to step away and wean myself off of some things, or not rely on them, to help me go to sleep. And we'll see how this goes. I'm looking in this camera and I look like shit. I'm not sleeping, and I'm tired. So over the course of the past 5 days or so, I've cut my antidepressants to half, and I've told especially Nate, and Jake, my son, to kind of keep an eye on me and see if I'm staying stable. If people start noticing some weirdnesses, let me know, because I maybe don't see them in myself. But I know last night, before I went to bed, I just was not feeling right. And so I know that these medications are starting, the levels are starting to reduce in my system and emotions are setting in. And I woke up about 2 o'clock in this morning out of this dream. And I haven't actually seen Zach in a dream or heard his voice. I've seen him when I was awake. But this dream was somehow surrounded by him. He wasn't in it, but it was me, I guess, dealing with things. And I woke up out of this dream just yearning. I mean, I woke up just like, I've got to see him. That was my first thought. I've got to see him. I've got to be with him. And then the realization that I can't. I need to know, like from those of you that have suffered this kind of loss, a close loved one, you know, immediate relative, a child, a parent, your spouse, your mate. How do you deal with that void of when you feel like, you know, I've got to see them like right now? How do you not? And how do you cope with that? And if you've got some words that you can share with me, either in the comments or just private message me, do, because that's where I get hit and struggle with moving through. I just miss the shit out of him. And I hate where this has taken me. I hate the person in myself that I've lost. I'm not the same person. I mean, there's moments where there's bits of me that come back, and you know, I can go out and laugh and dance and get on a stage and sing with my friends, and I don't sing, but you know, that I can let loose and forget for a moment. But all in all, this has just shifted the whole entire being of who I am, and I'm not in love with it. And they tell me in time that I'll get myself back. It seems like the longer it goes, the worse it gets. So we'll see. So I woke up this morning and was supposed to get up and go to work. And if you recall the or watched the anxiety video that I did a couple of weeks ago, I referenced there being days where you just feel like there's a 100-pound blanket just laying on you and you physically can't get out of bed. That was me this morning. So, you know, I'm looking at the clock and I'm late for work, but that's okay. At least I'm going, which is an accomplishment, and I'm going to take that as a win over a lot of days that I haven't been able to pull it together and go. So, but I started thinking about the date, October 9th. Tomorrow's my dad's birthday, and for the first time in my life, I'm making the decision to not acknowledge that for him, as I didn't acknowledge Father's Day this year. Not only the situation with Zach, but I haven't spoke to my dad since Zach's service. I mean, he left there without saying goodbye, and he hasn't called me since, and hasn't checked on me or Jake, you know. And I'm really struggling with that, and the pain and the anger and resentment of that. Any time in the past that I've gone through these times of abandonment with my dad, or by my dad, I've kept it pretty private and just shared it with my immediate family and my close friends. But through this, I think he's lost the right for me to protect him anymore. And I'm not doing it anymore. This shit hurts. I mean, it just fucking hurts. And I don't know, I have a lot of words to say, but I don't think right now is the time to say them. I'm not mentally in the right mood, and I don't need to spiral off into a bunch of stuff like that right now. But anyway, that's another episode. Probably Lauren and I will do that one together. But just know that I'm here. When I committed to doing these videos and wanted to do them once a week, Nate was like, babe, I don't think that's a good idea. You know, that's probably too much. And me being me, I tend to take on a lot. And I've learned that that's a coping mechanism for myself. I never really saw it as such until now, that when I'm stressed or hurting mostly, I take on about 1,000 projects to divert my my headspace. And again, with me coming off meds, I need to not shift that emotion and energy into another project. So I'm still going to continue this project as it is a labor of love, but I need to do it at my own pace and not commit to doing interviews and dialogue and then flake out on the person the day before that I'm supposed to do it, or the day of. So you know, these are going to come as they come. And maybe, you know, in the meantime, I'll fill with these self videos and just kind of share, you know, some thoughts of where I'm at, or just, you know, general topics that we can kind of just openly discuss. So I just wanted to touch base, kind of let you know where I'm at and why I'm there. And I do want to say that I appreciate everybody's comments and feedback. I have gotten so many private messages regarding people that have been able to connect to topics that we've discussed on here. And some people saying that it's, you know, opened some doors for them to where they can get some help from themselves. That's been the main purpose of this. You know, I do share my story and my journey with what I'm going through regarding my son. One, it's an out for me, but it's not so much, I don't want people to see this, that I'm just trying to exploit this experience. I'm trying to do this in a way that I can help somebody else. Was out Saturday night, and a friend of mine, Kimra, you know, mentioned that she had a family member that was going through a similar journey, and how she's been sharing these videos with her because she lost her, you know, I think it was her sister, her cousin, I'm sorry, Kimra, I can't remember, but I know it was someone close to you, but that she was sharing these videos with her as she lost her son too. And you know, that it's helped her with her journey. And this is what it's about for me, just to know that those that are going through losses and grief, not just through death, but maybe through a divorce or a breakup, or having you know, losing a friend in a way, moving, you know, losing your life, so to speak. I mean, there's different ways or things that we grieve over, so it's not just death. It still brings out the same emotions. So maybe some of these topics that we talk about you can relate to, or if you know someone that's going through, you know, some of these journeys, whether it be addiction or alcoholism, pills, sadness, grief, depression, whatever. I mean, we're going to be talking about these things through the journey of this show. So just know you're not alone, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. your pain can be diverted into maybe helping somebody else. And you know, if you can't openly share at a place, I mean, even write me your story, and I'm glad to share your journey, you know, kind of in a disclosed way, to where maybe some other people can know about it, because you do matter, and what you're going through, it's real and it matters, and I just want you to know that. So anyway, I'm gonna post this today. This is the first time that I've actually done a video, I think, and posted it the same day, so this is kind of real time, you guys. Just know I'm thinking about you, and we're gonna get through this one way or another. It's just gonna be different. So I've always been about change, but this wasn't really the change that I was prepared for. So anyway, keep me in your thoughts, and you guys have a great day and a great week, and I'll keep you posted on the next video when we're ready. Have a great day.